if they say to me, you know, give me some more information and then I'll call you back on a meeting, you can say, okay. And what you have to understand is that if they're asking for information, this is what's called your leverage. This is very important, especially when it comes to closing. What's going on YouTube? It's Aaron here, coming to you from the trenches. And in this video today, I'm going to talk about 5 common SMA prospecting sales objections you're going to get and how to turn them around and turn them into meetings. I've used the things that I'm talking about when I do cold calling or when I do SMA prospecting to turn around no's and objections into yeses and actually get the scheduled meeting. And number 4 and number 5 are going to be some of the most common ones that I have here, and you're going to learn the exact thing to say word by word to turn around that objection. So let's get right into it. Well, hello, if you don't know me, my name is Aaron Bogle, coming to you from the trenches. I say that because I am building an SMA just like you are, and I'm teaching you guys where things go right and where things go wrong. I post live content like, you know, live closing calls that I've done, and you know, I also give away a lot of free stuff. For example, my cold call and cold email script, which you can get in the description below. So if you like to keep up to date with this stuff, know how to successfully go an SMA and avoid all the mistakes that I've made and will potentially make in the future, you know, be sure to hit a like and subscribe to this video. It really helps out the channel. We're almost at 1,000 subs, and I got a special thing planned once we hit 1,000 subs. So be sure to hit a like and subscribe, and let's get on to the 5 most common SMA prospecting objections. So a common misconception that a lot of people seem to think is that an objection is just a person saying no. That's not the case at all. Until you hear the word no, I do not want to meet with you, then, you know, there's still a chance that you can get a meeting. So pretty much when you cold call a lot of people, so let's say you cold call 100 people. So there's going to be, let's say, 10 of them that are going to immediately say yes to you, no questions asked. It's going to be the easiest thing ever. And there's probably going to be maybe 10 to 20 people who say no immediately and just cut you off and just hang up the phone, which is the worst thing because there's not really much you can do from there. Although there are times where you can just call back the person the next day and then they won't remember you. But, you know, 70 to 80 people in the middle are in the maybe zone. Maybe, you know, they're interested, but they need more information. Or, you know, maybe they're interested, but, you know, they're kind of hesitant to talk to you at first. So what they're going to do is they're going to give you objections. An objection is not someone saying no. An objection is actually really good because you know that, hey, if I can get past this obstacle, there's a yes behind that objection. So, you know, start by framing your mind right into thinking that just because someone says an objection to me at first, that doesn't mean that they're like, no way, Jose. That literally just means that, hey, get past this and I'll meet with you. So before I get into it, just make sure that, you know, you're calm, you're collected, you're cool, you know, don't react emotionally. You know, it's gonna take some practice when you first start talking to business owners to not react emotionally. So what you wanna do is, as you watch this video, you know, take note of the things I'm saying, because when people give you that objection, you're gonna be like emotionally scared, emotionally riled up. So you may not remember what to say, but if you have a script, or if you have something that you can like rely on and you already know what to say word by word, then you know you can just say that and then, you know, get past the objection. You don't have to think of anything on the spot, which is one of the worst things you can do in sales overall. First objection I'm going to talk about is what makes you different from any other marketing agency or whatever you sell who calls me. It's a good point. It's like, what does make you different than from any other, you know, marketing agency that's claiming the same exact thing that you are? So the first thing I do with this objection is to relate to them. So I say like, hey, you know, I understand, you know, I get a lot of calls from, you know, other marketing agencies that promise to get me leads overall. And you kind of do. You most likely, if you're on this journey, you see a lot of ads about this. You've probably been cold DM'd about this, whatever. So you kind of do understand what it's like to get constantly messaged by other people who, you know, are looking give you their services overall. So you kind of have an understanding of what it's like, right? Just say to them that, hey, I kind of understand, but overall what's different with me is I let my results speak for themselves. So, but in order to get you the best result, I need to get on a 15-minute call with you in order to understand how I can get you that best result. And it's another thing quickly with SMA prospecting. The only goal of prospecting is not to make a sale, but it's just to, you know, make an appointment for the next call. So overall, what you want to do is just say, you know, hey, I understand, you know, I get people all the time that are trying to contact me overall and, you know, try to sell me their services, but overall, I let my results speak for themselves. So why don't we, get on a 15-minute call so I can share with you some of my results. So you might be asking, hey, what do I do if, I'm a complete newbie and I don't even have results? The sales conversation that you're going to have, they're not going to even remember that they asked to see some results. If they do, you can just say how digital marketing has impacted businesses overall. You can just use facts and statistics in order to, show the impact digital marketing can make. And, you also want to portray your knowledge as well during the call, saying that, hey, we can do retargeting, saying all the different things that you know how to do that could overall help the business grow. Of course, if you have testimonial, if you have actual case studies, use them as well when you get this objection. So another objection that I hear a lot when I make some cold calls, it's like, oh, we've tried Google, we've tried Facebook ads, we've tried, this different digital marketing before, but our industry is different. Online ads don't work for our industry overall. It's really hard. Heck, it's not easy to run online ads for this specific industry. You want to, say to them like, hey, this isn't the easiest thing. You can't just put up an ad and just expect to get an influx of customers, which is what a lot of people who've tried, they've tried to do that and it doesn't work. And then they just overall just blanket the whole thing as in it doesn't work. And then you want to say, and then what you want to do is give yourself credibility that you know how to make it work in your industry, and which makes you, more valuable as well. So this is when you say, this is why, I've taken, certifications. I'm a certified digital marketer. And, there are case studies out there of people who in your industry who, triple or double their return on investment when digital ads are done right. But that's the key thing. It has to be done right by a certified person who knows what they're doing in order for it to be done right. So let's get on a call so I can show you how it's done right, so that way you can see how digital ads work for your industry. Because the truth is, digital advertising works for literally any industry you could think of. As long as the customer is on the internet, which pretty much everyone is, digital advertising does work, but it really does have to be done right. So if you ever get this objection, be sure to say that. So the third common objection I get is, I don't want to hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. And what I say to that is, just hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. It's simple, it's easy, and it really helps this channel grow. And it gives me incentive to provide you a lot more quality content. So, please hit the like button, and also please subscribe to this video if you're enjoying it. Now we're going to get to the objections that, you definitely hear a lot and you're definitely going to want to stay in for. These objections, just to give you a quick snippet, is, I'm not interested. Email me some information, and I'm already getting a lot of customers. So these are the three most common objections that I hear all the time. So let's start with, I'm already getting a lot of customers, or I already have another marketing agency. So if people say that, you want to congratulate them first. So you want to agree and then say, how it can be improved upon. So you can say, that's great, you're getting a lot of customers. I'm glad your business is doing well. And then you want to ask the question, do you see this coming in the next foreseeable future? Is this just an influx that you're having right now? Do you have a plan if, this influx of customers stops? So if they say that, yeah, I can see myself getting customers in the long term, or if they actually say that they don't see themselves getting more customers in the long term, then you can say, okay, this is why I want to set up a 15-minute meeting with you, so that way we can keep getting customers in the long term. If they think that they're going to get customers overall in the long term, you could be like, overall, that's great, but having multiple ways of getting customers could never hurt. So you can say, okay, let's just have 10 minutes together where I can discuss with you how I can get you more customers. And if it fits your current pipeline of what you want to do now, or if you want to hold off into doing it later, at least you have the information and other routes you can take to get more customers than what you're currently doing right now. Because you never know, especially with what's going on right now, with everything going on, what could happen, and then a certain source of leads could dry up. Thus, you don't have any more leads coming in through that method. So for example, like referrals have completely stopped since no one can congregate with each other. So now people have to go to digital marketing. So you can say something like that, and you can show that, just having, only just a couple sources of way of getting leads may not be enough because of how quickly it can dry up. So why not look into it so you have that information so you know when to grow your business. And then of course, during the meeting, once you're in the meeting, you can make it sound so enticing that, they want to get started, sooner rather than later. Also, if they say that they're working with another marketing agency, first off, ask how they're doing overall. If the customer says anything good about them, so most local businesses work with multiple different marketing agencies to get them, more ways of getting leads for their business overall. So you can say that, you can say like, hey, I could just be another marketing agency and I can help you get more leads in this specific area. And then the other marketing agency can help you get leads in that specific area as well. So, overall, a local business can have more than one marketing agency work for them. A lot of them do. So just because you hear them say that, oh, I'm already working with a marketing agency, feel free to ask if they would want to work with another one, or even just still have the meeting of like, so that way, if things go sour with the marketing agency, you still have another option to go after. Fourth one, number 4, the one that everyone hears all the time, they say, oh, I'm not interested right now. So this one's a funny one because, if they're not interested, you honestly think that all hope is lost. It's a no. So if they say, I'm not interested, what you need to say is, I expected you not to be interested. So this throws them off guard a little bit, which is kind of what you want to do when you get an objection. You want to throw them off, because most salespeople are going to be like, oh, why aren't you interested? Like, oh, but you don't know the benefits of it, and like all this other stuff, blah, 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 blah. But you want to say, I don't expect you to be interested. And then you go on and say, because I haven't told you how my services could benefit you and possibly 2 and 3x, your return on investment, and help you build your revenue overall. So this is why I want to get into a quick 10-minute chat with you. That way you can be interested, and we can get on a call. And if after the 10 minutes if you're still not interested, then that's completely fine. We can go our separate ways. So pretty much what you're doing is you're saying, I know you're not interested. That's the purpose of this meeting, to get you interested. But if after this short 10-minute meeting, because anyone can spare a 10-minute meeting, you're still not interested, then they can go out. They can go on and do something else, or you guys can go your separate ways, which makes it pretty much no pressure for them to buy anything. They're not gonna have to, think of, oh, what's this guy trying to sell me and all that stuff, right? So, if you get the I'm not interested, say, I know you're not interested because you don't know the benefits of how my services specifically can help you. That's the purpose of this 10-minute meeting, and if you're still not interested after that, we can go our separate ways. And then you can also say, meetings before that, I've heard this from other people as well, that they say to me that they're not interested, but then once they book a meeting with me and learn about how I can help them, then they become interested in my services overall. So that adds a little social proof flair into it as well. And number 1, one really, really common objection I hear, which people don't think is an objection, they think it's like a guaranteed yes, is, call me back, just send me information and I'll get back to you. So this is pretty much a salesman's trap, because what they do is they get excited, like, oh my god, he wants more information, yes, let's go. And they send them the information, but then crickets, they don't hear anything else. Their way of saying buzz off, for the most part, in like a light way, and you want to have them at least say it out loud. Or if they actually want no information, if you ask this specific question, you're going to know if they're serious or not. So if they say to me, give me some more information and then I'll call you back on a meeting, you can say, okay, great, I'm happy you want more information. What information do you want to hear? So if they actually ask for something very specific, there's a good chance that, they actually are interested in some information. But if they say, general stuff like, oh, just the price, what do you guys do? What do you guys offer? Then that's like, you're probably not going to get a meeting from there. So whatever they say, whether it's general or it's very specific, you can say, great, I'd be happy to send you that information, but we first have to set a meeting so that we can go over that information. And what you have to understand is that if they're asking for information, this is what's called your leverage. This is very important, especially when it comes to closing. You have leverage because you have something they want. It's your information that you want to give to them. But, you don't want to give it away for free, because if they get your information and then they're just not going to talk to you ever again, they got something for free, you have to think of, it's kind of like a give and take. So you can think of, okay, I have information that you want, but I want the meeting. The only way you're going to get this information is if we get a guaranteed set in stone meeting that they confirm through a calendar appointment. And if they just say, oh yeah, I'll meet with you at that time, No, what you want to do is you want to send a calendar appointment. You want to have them confirm it into their calendar, and then once you confirm it, then you can send over the information. But until they do that, they do not get the information that they're asking for you. So, if they say, oh, just send me some information, or send me a proposal, or send me this, set a confirm time and day first before you send them that information. So what do you exactly say word for word? So like I said, it's like, I get that. So what information do you want to hear? And the business owner says, oh yeah, I just want to see, specifically, what do you offer? Like, how does your system work and all that? You can be like, great, I'd be happy to send you that. So let's confirm time and day. So that way we can review that information. And then once you confirm that appointment, I'll be happy to send that to you. And make sure when you set a time and day, you don't want it to be, more than a week. So you want to have it like within the next, 3 to 4 days. Because the longer out the day is, the more you risk of them being a no-show overall. And of course, you want to send email reminders as well, so that way, they're reminded of the meeting. So once they confirm the time and day, then you can meet with them overall, and then you can send over the information overall. Or you can just not even send them the information. You could just say, hey, I'll be happy to review this information at the meeting. That'll be even better. But if they're giving you really a tough fight, just have them confirm a time and day first, and then make sure that they say it at least twice that they're going to be at the meeting. Because if they say it twice, that means they're, psychologically, they said to themselves, I'm going to this meeting. And overall, you have more of a chance of them actually showing up for the meeting. If you want a list of 5 more common objections that people hear, and even more answers and even more rebuttals of what to say if they give you that objection, click the link below to get my cold calling, cold email script, which is what I use to book, 5 to 7 appointments per week. So you can use the script, make sure you modify it, make it your own style and flair. And it also comes with a list of objections, which is going to include how to handle, the objections I talked about. It's going to go into more in detail if they give you another objection to the rebuttal they just that I explained in this video. And overall, what to exactly say if they give you, even more objections than that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So now you can go out there and prospect fearlessly, because you know exactly what to say no matter what objection you get. So you might be wondering, okay, how do I reach out to businesses? Like, how do I find leads to reach out to? Well, click on the video up there, and you're going to see exactly how you get 300 to 5,000 leads in less than 5 minutes. And this is the tool I use to do that. So I'll see you guys in that video. Take care.